again, this is Crow, and I am here with Georgia.
Hey, everybody.
And Dog.
Hey, you guys.
Hi, guys. And we're going to do the cheer right off the bat, because Georgia seems to be right on top of things today. Hey, okay, are we going to do it?
I'm so ready.
Oh, that's fun. All right, let's say it. We're not nothing. We're something.
I love that.
I love it that you love that too, Georgia. Can you go down for a little while, or do you want to go down for a little while?
Oh, absolutely. My long legs get so tired.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that you do. Okay, see you later, honey.
Bye.
Bye. Well, Dog, what are we up to today?
We working on our show.
We're working on our show. Well, we have a new letter. Our letter is Y. What does Y say?
Yuck.
Yeah. And what words do we have that start with the letter Y?
Yuck.
Yuck. And how about yes?
That's a real good one. That's a good one.
We have a friend. Yes, Bird. This
What
is your time to shine. Do you agree? Oh, of course she says yes. Well, yes, Bird. Do you have a cousin that you would like for us to meet? She says yes. Well, here he is. And this is why. Yes, Bert, does Y ask a lot of questions? Yes, Bert says yes. Why are we doing this show? Because we think some things are important. Because they have feelings. Should we just keep going on with the show? I think he's going to say why, and I'm going to say, let's go on with the show.
Let's go already.
Let's go already. They ask a lot of questions. And another word that we have is the word yellow. And our board has a yellow border all the way around it. And guess what it's holding? The sight words that all of us somethings have to know when we're reading. So here they are. Take a good look at them. Here's ya, you. Here's egg, big, in, to. Oh, this is a fun one because it says who he is. I like it when words give you hints all of the time.
Me too. Makes it a lot easier.
Well, we've got little ones, and well, they're not quite so little anymore, smart ones that are in school. And what they're doing is they're learning these sight words. And they have to learn them just like that. I need a friend hand. That. So, because they need to know those words, we're doing that contest still where you can see how fast they can go. Well, we've asked Kid Crow to be the one to say last week's words and today's words. And we're going to show you in just a little while if George will take us to find Kid Crow. George, can you do that for us?
Big 2 U-I-N, 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 big 2 U-I-N.
Thank you, George, for finding Kid Crow. And thank you, Kid Crow. You are a very, very fast reader. Good job. Doc, don't you think that was great?
That boy's smart little smarty pants.
He is smart. So this letter right here, that's the uppercase, which cousin Y looks more like the uppercase, and the lowercase sits on the line and goes bloop, right underneath it. Writing is fun, you guys. Well, now we have this thingy right here. It is a flyer that my daughter put together, and you'll see them up and around the city. And if you look down here at this little doohickey, you can scan it with your phone, and it'll take you right to our YouTube channel.
That's fancy.
It is fancy. Well, I think we should talk about the book.
Ooh, one of my favorite times.
Well, one of the other words that we have is be yourself. Yourself starts with a Y. And when we're being ourselves, we're trying to think of how in the world do we know how to be ourselves? I'm not sure. Do you know, Dog?
I don't know. I just be me all the time.
Dog is very, very, very good at being himself all of the time. Sounds like thunder out here.
So windy.
Well, I went to the library, and it's also tense, so you'll hear fireworks around. And we found this book. The librarian is Miss Julia, and she works at the Chapman Library, and she turned me on to this one because I wanted to find the Emperor's New Clothes. So, do you see this book, Dog? There it is. You see it?
I sees it.
Do you know that story of the Emperor's New Clothes?
One of my favorites.
Well, this book, or this story, was written by Hans Christian Andersen, and he wrote all of these wonderful things. And in books like this, you can find collections of his stuff. He wrote The Red Shoes, he wrote Thumbelina, he wrote The Ugly Duckling, he wrote a lot of things. But the one we're talking about today is The Emperor's New Clothes. So, I don't know. Why are we talking about the Emperor's New Clothes? Are we being ourselves?
That's the idea.
Was the Emperor being himself?
He wanted to be himself. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to tell you the story of the Emperor's New Clothes. Once upon a time, there were two tricky tailors. Do you know what a tailor is? I'll tell you what a tailor is. A tailor is a guy who sews clothes. He makes clothes. Well, at this time, there was a very, very important emperor, and he liked to be fancy. So he took the townspeople's money, and he had fancy clothes made for himself. Well, when he had all of those done, the town people were very poor, but the emperor was very well dressed. What do you think about that, Dog?
I don't think that's fair at all.
So two tricky tailors decided to teach him a lesson.
Huh.
Well, what happened was they went and they brought in these big, big bolts of cloth, and they were all these fancy things, and then all of a sudden they came in with something that no one could see, and they said, this is the most beautiful material you will ever find. And so the emperor was like, he didn't see anything. He looked at his courtiers, and they didn't see anything. And so what he ended up doing was listening to these two guys and the two tricky tailors. You know what they did?
What'd they do? I gotta know.
They convinced him that only smart, intelligent, wise people could see that cloth. Do you think the emperor was going to say he could not see that cloth? What do you guys think? I don't know. He didn't. So he didn't admit he couldn't see the cloth. And so they went about making him a magnificent wardrobe out of nothing, because no one was going to say that they weren't smart, intelligent, amazing people. And so they kept quiet, even though they couldn't see this cloth, and the emperor couldn't see the cloth either. Do you think the emperor got tricked?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
He did, because when he was finished and he was standing in front of the mirror, the courtiers all looked at him and they saw...
Close your eyes, close your eyes.
That's what they saw. They saw, well, the way Hans Christian Andersen puts it is, he was in the altogether, which meant he didn't have anything on. And so he wasn't going to admit that he was not smart or that he was a fool, because this magnificent material was only to be seen by smart, intelligent, wonderful people. So he got into his carriage to be out in the parade. And there he was in front of all of the townspeople with not a stitch. It's pretty funny. Well, this little...
Serves him right.
It did kind of serve him right. Well, this little boy was up on the lamppost, and he's looking over, and he exclaims out loud, the emperor's naked. And everybody started laughing because the little boy spoke the truth. And the emperor was so embarrassed. He was very, very embarrassed. But he decided he was going to just finish the parade, and everybody was still laughing the whole time that he went down the street. Well, he learned his lesson, didn't he?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, do you think that the little boy should have said what he said?
I don't think it was wrong.
He was not wrong. And I think that the little boy was saying, be yourself. What do you think the emperor learned, dog?
Well, hopefully that he shouldn't take advantage of people.
Someone else has another question. Well, why? I think that the emperor needed to be himself. He didn't need to be quite so greedy, did he?
Well, will you stop with all them questions? Let Miss Crow talk.
Okay, you go on down, White. Say bye. No, wait. Why? Oh, why? Just say bye. There he goes. Well, now, the emperor needed to be himself. He didn't need to wear fancy clothes to impress the townspeople. He needed to work with those townspeople, didn't he?
Absolutely.
Do you think he learned his lesson, Doc?
Boy, did he learn his lesson.
I think it's difficult when you have to learn lessons the hard way, which our friend the emperor did. Do you think those two tailors hung around for very long?
They probably split so quick.
If I was them, I would have. Well, the emperor learned his lesson, and we have learned about the letter Y. I think we should find Norman, don't you?
Be kind, be strong, be something. Be kind, be strong, be something.
Be kind, be strong, be something. Hey, Norman. Hi, sweetie.
Hey, everybody.
Why are you saying that?
It's been stuck in my head for a week.
It's been stuck in my head, too. How about you, dog?
That was quite the adventure.
Well, so we did learn to be kind, be strong, be something. But now, Norman, can you help us? We're going to go out and we're going to say the 3 things. And they are be kind, be strong, be something. And if you liked us, push like and subscribe. And if you didn't, remember what Mrs. Thumper always says. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything